Boxing Truth here. Had to talk a bit about Adrien the Problem Broner, WBA Super Champ at 140 pounds. He's been in the headlines a lot lately. He's been mentioned as a possible opponent for Manny Pacquiao. Obviously, he's not going to get that fight. He's been saying some interesting things on Twitter about why the fight's not happening. But the thing is, Broner doesn't really control who he fights. That is up to Al Haymon. He probably doesn't really know the real reason why it's not happening. But he was in serious negotiations for sure against Manny. Obviously, people will say that Bob Arum didn't want the fight. Broner's an Al Haymon client. What's the point of matching Manny with Broner? And yeah, that could be possible. Sure, that's very possible. But then why was Amir Khan considered? If because he's an Al Haymon fighter, so I don't see why not. But I have a feeling that Floyd Mayweather was a big reason why Broner is out the running for Manny Pacquiao fight. If you guys haven't noticed, Mayweather has been saying constantly for I don't know how long now, a few weeks, that Broner is fighting Theopane. He's a junior welterweight, unranked, irrelevant. His only highlight of his career was giving Danny Garcia a tough fight. He's got a few losses on his record. He's ranked 46 in the world. I mean, it's just a pointless fight for Adrien Broner. I'm pretty sure Adrian's upset right now. He really had a shot at a Manny Pacquiao fight, and now he's going to be settled to fighting a pointless fight against Theopane, a fight that nobody cares about, nobody's interested in. He'll be favored to beat Theopane, but who gives a shit? It's not going to do nothing for Broner's career. It's not going to raise his profile beating Theopane, and this is not the type of fights Broner needs at this stage of his career. He needs a bigger fight. He needs to get back to where he wants to be. And that was the potential he was showing earlier in his career. And now he's gonna have to fight Theopane. I'm sure he's acting like he doesn't matter to him, but I'm pretty sure he's bothered by it. He could have gotten a way better fight than Theopane. And recently he was on Twitter saying that he was talking about Andre Ward, and he said that Andre Ward's, in his book, his opinion, the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He's entitled to his opinion. Of course, I have it different. I can't rate Ward pound-for-pound number one when he's only had one fight in 2 years, and he hasn't beaten a top 5 fighter in his division in 4 years, so I can't rate Ward that high or even rate him in the list. But I don't care about pound list. It's all a matter of opinion. They're worthless to me. But what's interesting, what Adrien said after that tweet, he said that I don't like the business decision Ward's made, though. Well, I don't know. I think Broner has to question the business decision he's made. I mean, what has Al Haymon really done for him? I mean, think about it. Yeah, he gets good paydays to fight soft touches, but so what? Fighting soft touches don't raise your profile. Doesn't raise your popularity with fans. No one cares about predetermined matches. They care about, big fights. Who's going to win the challenging fights? Who's going to win between 50-50 fights? That's what fans care about. And Broner had a chance to sign with Top Rank back in 2011. It's according to the Top Rank lawsuit filed against Al Haymon for his alleged practices. Anyways, Broner visited Bob Arum's home in Los Angeles. Bob Arum laid out the plan for him. If he signed with Top Rank, he mentioned the opponents that would be given to him. He gave him a minimum guarantee of what money he would make for those fights. According to the lawsuit papers, Broner was pleased with the deal. He wanted to sign with Top Rank, and unfortunately, Broner had to turn it down because of his exclusive deal with Al Haymon. Now, Al Haymon has a clause in his advisory contracts that you cannot sign with another promoter without his approval. So, of course, Haymon told Broner to turn it down. So he turned it down, and he cost himself a lot of, meaningful fights in his career. He could have really raised his profile had he signed with Top Rank. He could have possibly had a fight with Manny Pacquiao. Could have had a fight with Timothy Bradley. He could have fought Lucas Matisse. He could have fought Pervannikov. He could have had much more meaningful fights. Yeah, possibly he would have took an L in all those fights mentioned, but it's boxing. You never know until two men fight the fights. And looking back at Broner's career, since he's been with Al Haymon, it hasn't lived up to his billing. I mean, yeah, he's made money. He's made decent paydays to fight, the likes of Carlos Molinas, the Gavin Reese, the John Molinas, and the Manuel Taylor is a guy he struggled with. Taylor is a decent fighter, but Chris Algieri dominated him. Broner struggled with him, and he took an L against Maidana, a fighter he was supposed to beat. And then what I really question about Haymon with Broner is, why the hell did he match him with Sean Porter? I mean, what was the point of that fight? I don't understand why that fight happened. It was a bad fight for Broner. Porter's too physically strong for him. You saw in the fight, Broner was holding on for dear life because the strength and the gap in strength was just too much. If he didn't held on, he would have got knocked out. And it was just a pointless fight. Why did Haymon match him with Porter? Like, I don't understand. Porter's a welterweight. Broner was fighting at 140 pounds. And then if they met in the middle, but that fight made no sense to me. It wasn't in the best interest of Broner to take that fight. But it is what it is. He lost, and now he's out of the running for Manny Pacquiao. There was serious negotiations going on. I don't know what happened. Maybe Bob Arum didn't want the fight. I don't know. Maybe Mayweather said, no way, I want him to fight my guy for the belt. Nobody really knows, but sucky situation for Broner. Now he's got to waste his time and fight Ashley Theopane and get no props for it. I like Broner. I wish him the best, man. But, man, enjoy the paydays for soft touches and not raising your profile. Keep doing what you're doing, AB. This is Boxing Truth.